All right. Fade to black breaking news for this Thursday, February 15th, 2024. This is all of the news that you need. I'm Jimmy Church. And, I'm looking at this is the news. I'm broadcasting the news live. We'll get to that in a second. I'm looking at it. Hey, so Jimmy, what's up with the CLE recap? I've been getting text about that. I've been getting PMs about that. How could I think of skipping the CLE recap show on Monday night? And then maybe I'll do it on Friday. Now it's like, can I take a day off? Apparently not. All right. We'll do a CLE recap show tomorrow night. All right. It'll be fun to do. Okay. All right. Where am I at? Help support the show. Get your Fade to Black T-shirts. 2 links, 2 ways to get them. Get yourself a Game Changer membership right now. You'll get your autographed shirt. You'll get shipping included and Fade to Black coffee. That's right. I'm drinking. It's the only coffee I drink. It better be. And it's so good. Get your Game Changer membership today. I posted yesterday. This is breaking news. It turns out that we had a bad link for Into the Vortex out for a link that used to work. It doesn't now. And we've been backpedaling here to fix things. Okay. So, and that includes the links below. Those are now fixed. But the last 100 shows that we did on Fade to Black, all of those have a bad link in it. The links in my social media were all bad in my bios and at the tops of different social media pages. So we're going around and fixing everything now. I humbly apologize to all of you for that. I didn't know. I was watching the post come back and I got a couple of emails. Dude, the link is bad. The link is bad. The link is bad. Okay. So like I said, we have to go back and repopulate everything. And I think most of the stuff in social media has been fixed. So season 1 and season 2 of Into the Vortex are out. And you can go and watch them. And yes, you can now click on those links. There's no telling how many tens of thousands of people out there clicked on those links and didn't go and check out the show. So there you go. The links are fixed. And I do, again, humbly apologize to everyone with the frustration that was involved with that. But it is fixed. Okay. So tonight, Dr. Damon Abraham is with us. Tech meets parapsychology. Tech meets sci. Technology meets parapsychology tonight on the show. Very excited about that. And coming up shortly after the news, I'll be going live with Christina Gomez. We're going to be talking about threats from space. I don't know if that's what she's calling it. That's the idea for the show. She's got her own things going on. But yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today with Mysteries with the History. So that is going on shortly after this live news broadcast. All right, let's get straight to it. On this day in history, 1965, Canada adopts their maple leaf flag. Yeah, before that, it was just a red flag with the Union Jack in the corner. And I didn't know that. I thought it was always a maple leaf. It's only been since 1965. And they debated this for years. They tried to get it changed. And they finally got it done in 1965 on this day. Here's your fader fact. Check this out. You come here to learn something every day. Listen to this. In 2009, Burger King offered a free Whopper to anyone willing to unfriend 10 people on Facebook. I remember it too. The app was called Whopper Sacrifice. That's right. You signed into the app. You unfriended 10 people. Those 10 people were notified that they were unfriended for a hamburger, and that was their value and all of this. Nearly 234,000 Facebookers were defriended for the sake of a hamburger. That amounted to more than 23,000 coupons for free Whoppers. Yeah. And there's your Fader fact. Let's get to the breaking news. Lots of breaking news today. NASA continues to unfurl plans for solar sail technology as a method for deep space transportation. The agency cleared a key technology milestone back in January with the successful deployment of one of 4 identical solar sail quadrants. The deployment was showcased January 30th at Redwire Corporation's new facility in Longmont, Colorado. NASA's Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama, leads the solar sail team, comprised of prime contractor Redwire, which developed the deployment mechanisms and the nearly 100-foot-long booms, and subcontractor Nexolve of Huntsville, which provided the sail membrane. In addition to leading the project, Marshall developed the algorithms needed to control and navigate the sail when it flies into space. I almost sneezed. Scientists have recreated our heart's biology in a device the size of a credit card. The new Heart on a Chip device, developed by a team from the National Institute of Standards and Technology, otherwise known as NIST, mimics the interactions of cells within a human heart. In a statement released on February 6th, the team at NIST said their new Heart on a Chip model could streamline drug development, making it faster, safer, and more precise. They would hopefully reduce or replace animal tested needed before human trials begin. And that is big breaking news. An international team of scientists reports that cave art, talked about cave art 2 nights ago on the show, didn't we? Check this out. Reports that cave art at a site in Patagonia in South America is the oldest of its type ever found in South America. Patagonia is mainly desert, by the way. In their study, published in the journal Science Advances, the group conducted radiocarbon dating of the material used to create art thousands of years ago. The site, known as Cueva Huenul 1, which holds approximately 900 paintings, the research team scratched off samples of the paint from several locations for lab study. The oldest painting dates as far back as 8,200 years, making it the oldest of its kind in South America, though not the world. We talked about this 2 nights ago. That record is held by cave art found in Indonesia. A communications glitch is preventing NASA's Voyager 1 probe, the farthest spacecraft from Earth in history, from sending home data, and mission scientists are growing concerned. We could send it data. It appears to be receiving the data, but we're not getting anything back. Voyager 1 hasn't spoken in 3 months and needs a miracle to save it. Engineers are currently working to fix a computer error that is preventing the craft from transmitting data back to Earth, but software limitations and distance are making it difficult. Voyager 1 officially crossed into interstellar space back in 2012, becoming the first spacecraft to do so. Today, it is the farthest human-made object from Earth. an apparent glitch in one of its subsystems, the telemetry modulation unit, otherwise known as the TMU, kind of reminds you of 2001: A Space Odyssey, doesn't it? Anyway, means that instead of the usual binary code coming back to Earth, it has been sending back strings of repeated zeros for months. Wow. It's it's a miracle that it's still working. Archaeologists have discovered the remnants of a massive 1,800-year-old Roman legionary base that is the only one of its size ever found in Israel. Located near Tel Megiddo, a national park and the site of the ancient city of Megiddo, also known as Armageddon in northern Israel, the Iron Legion camp once housed more than 5,000 soldiers and was used as a strategic military base for the Romans, according to a statement from the Israel Antiquities Authority. The Roman legionary was a group of elite infantrymen served and protected the Roman Empire, which made the region into the province Judea in AD 6, the year 6. The camp was occupied for around 180 years, beginning around 117 through to 300 AD. The military site was 1,804 feet long by 1,148 feet wide, with 2 roads that led into the base. That intersection is where the camp's headquarters were built. It's the photographs are incredible. This is an amazing discovery. Check this out. I'm not here to freak everybody out and to scare you, but a poisonous and rarely seen sea creature has stormed Texas beaches. Marine biologists spotted these dangerous blue dragons, and man, they're freaky looking, by the way. A surface skimming, right? A surface skimming sea slug. It's got 4 legs. It's got the freaky. They found these on Sunday along North Padre Island, just south of Corpus Christi, Texas. The gnarly creatures feed off the toxins of Portuguese man-o-war, and those scare me. I've had my own interactions with them. When threatened or touched, it can release stinging cells more powerful than the Portuguese man-o-war, and they are already really painful. This blue wave, which researchers said is just getting started thanks to the coming spring's strongest southwest and southeast winds, has also flooded Texas beaches with toxic man-o-wars and thousands of predatory by-the-wind sailors, with more on the way. Yeah, I was just talking about Armageddon. Finally, I'll leave you with this. Now, check this out. Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana was on lockdown this morning due to a suspected real-world threat, end quote, according to the United States Air Force. The announcement from Air Force Staff Sergeant Alora J. McCutcheon right before the broadcast today said, quote, "The safety of our personnel is of the utmost priority, and updates will continue to come from official channels. This is a suspected real-world threat. Air Force and emergency personnel are securing the area. Malmstrom officials are directing visitors and spectators to stay away from Building 219. Public cooperation will help protect against possible injuries and enable base agencies to more effectively deal with the situation," end quote. Fade to Black has been told that the lockdown has been lifted after an active shooter threat. The investigation into the incident is still ongoing. Now, remember, Malmstrom is the base where an alleged, I will say, UFO deactivated nuclear missiles back in 1967 And I just went right before the show. I jumped on Wikipedia and started to poke around a little bit about the Malmstrom UFO incident. You remember with Robert Salas, and the entire incident has been deleted from Malmstrom's page on Wikipedia. And I find that interesting too. And so then I went to the editor's notes page about why they were deleting everything. They didn't delete like a paragraph, they deleted all information about the incident. And I find that strange. I do. Not in a conspiracy sort of way, and it kind of is. But that the idea behind Wikipedia, which is information about anything, and if somebody needs or wants to go and check out and research the Malmstrom Robert Salas UFO incident, that you would be able to go and read about it and come to your own conclusions. But it is a part of history, and Robert Salas is still here, and he's talking about this incident, and so have others. So why is this like censorship with people that don't have the authority to censor what is historically relevant and certainly within our community? When something like this happens, like today, a lockdown at Malmstrom, and the way that the press was informed by the base, it seemed very secretive. They weren't giving any information. To call something an active shooter a real world threat, we have to remember this is a nuclear missile base. So, what is the real world threat? What was the shooter doing? Trying to get into the missile silos? Was he trying to fire off missiles? What were the reasons behind a statement like real world threat? An active shooter is heavy enough, right? And we understand that situation. It seems like we deal with this daily here in the United States. But to change that status from active shooter to real world threat, what is actually going on? So somebody goes to the Malmstrom Wikipedia page to read about this and what's the background behind Malmstrom. They don't get any of the other information that has been circulating for decades about Malmstrom and the shutdown of the deactivated missiles. And I find that interesting. Wikipedia, man, get it together. And the criticisms behind and about Wikipedia when it comes to stuff like this, they are founded. They're not unfounded. They are founded. These are real criticisms. And I went to go and get this information, and it wasn't there. And to watch the arguments amongst the editors on why they did it and how they did it, and ultimately, instead of removing a paragraph or a line or a citation, they just eliminated every single reference about it from history. Very, very interesting. All right, there you go. There's all the Fade to Black breaking news that you need for this Thursday, February 15th, 2024. Tonight on the show, Dr. Damon Abraham is with us. We're going to be talking about technology and parapsychology. Tech meets spy, spy tonight. Yeah, that too as well. Fade to Black breaking news is produced by Renee Newman. I'm Jimmy Church. I'll see you shortly with Christina Gomez. And then it's Fade to Black tonight with Dr. Damon Abraham. Until then, go Beckley Tappy.